Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another collection video. This should be part 5 of the collection. As I said in the last video, there should only be maybe 2 or 3 parts more after this video. But I really hope you're enjoying the videos, and yeah, quick intro out of the way. We're going to get straight into it. We've got 3 stacks here. This is the letters Q, R's and S's. So yeah, a bit more than last video, but yeah, we should get through rather quickly. A lot of standard titles here. First off, a box set to start off. We've got the Quentin Tarantino box set that came out a couple of years ago with most of his movies individually, so I'll quickly show you them. So you've got Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. I only recently started to really appreciate Tarantino over the last maybe 2 years, mainly when I picked this set up. I had seen a few of his films and I liked them, but I didn't love them. But when I picked this up, I kind of had a week of Tarantino and I really started to appreciate his movies. You know, and he does great movies. My favourite is probably Kill Bill Volume 1, definitely. You know, it's just class. Reservoir Dogs is another favourite, really good film. Quite short, but still very good. It's an amazing cast. It's a great movie. I love the whole scene where they're talking about tipping waitresses. I thought that was just an awesome conversation to put into a movie. I loved that whole opening scene in the cafe. But yeah, Kill Bill is definitely my favourite, the first film. And as I said in my previous videos, Hateful Eight is probably my second favourite. My third one would have to be either Reservoir Dogs or Django. So yeah, I don't have an official top 5. But yeah, Kill Bill, all on Blu-ray. They all look great, of course. Everyone has those movies, and if you don't, you should. So next up, I might actually be selling this one quite soon because the Zavvi Steelbook came down in price quite a lot. We've got The Raid, or I believe in America it's called The Raid Redemption. Great movie, again subtitled, but it's fantastic. To me, the language really adds to the movie. It makes it even more enjoyable and memorable. It's an intense movie, it really is. Some of the choreography is just beautifully done, so fast, but yet you can still see what's actually happening. Yeah, great movie. I love the scene where it's like 2 against 1 in that like dark room. That's just an incredible fight scene. I love it. I've seen it many times. I've seen it many times. It's great. I have the second one on DVD I picked up recently, but I've not picked up the Blu-ray release yet, but Zavvi did a steelbook which has both of them in it, so I'm very tempted to pick that one up and finally have the second one and on Blu-ray, so I may be selling this one soon, but yeah, I love The Raid. It's a great movie. Very intense, very intense. Then we've got our series of films. I'm missing the first one. I'm just waiting to get it at a good price. But we've got Rambo Part 2. Yeah, or First Blood Part 2. Rambo 3. And then the reboot that Stallone did himself, Rambo. This isn't really officially a part of the trilogy. This was one that he did on his own. He directed it, he wrote it, and he starred in it. So this really isn't part of the series. It's really a standalone film, but anyway. Yeah, great movies, great action films. Actually, number 2 is my favourite. I love number 2. You know, it still amazes me to this day that the electrocution scene that he did was real. I believe the story is they couldn't afford to do the effects needed, so he basically volunteered to get electrocuted for that scene. So very strange, but Yeah, it's great. I love the story, and I think the action's great. Going into the jungle again to save people, and I just think it's a lot better than the third one. It's maybe not as good as the first one, but it's personally my favorite. So yeah, absolutely love it. The third one's good as well. It has its moments. Not quite as good, but I love the cane fight that it has at the start of the movie. That's pretty cool. So yeah, and then the fourth one's awesome. The fourth one is really awesome. Very bloody, very brutal, violence. He really turned it up a notch in this one. There was rumours he was doing a second movie himself. I don't know if that's been discontinued. Of course, the Expendables films were quite big. Again, I've heard number 4's not maybe happening because Stallone's not going to be doing it. Hopefully he'll do another Rambo instead. I would rather see that than another Expendables movie, so who knows, we'll have to find out. But yeah, the Rambo films, pretty poor releases actually on Blu-ray. I mean, there's not very many special features. Number 1 and, well, all 3 of the original ones have the exact same special feature. At least the UK release. I don't know if the US is different, but yeah, very crappy, straightforward releases. I hope a different company comes and does re-releases. Next one, I haven't seen this yet. I got it in my last update. Rampart. It sounded like a good story, and to be honest, I got it for the cast. Woody Harrelson, Ben Foster, Ice Cube, Sigourney Weaver, Robin Wright, Steve Buscemi. So yeah, I picked it up for the cast. It looks good on the back. Ice Cube in a movie, can't beat it. So yeah, Rampart. Next up, the old buddy cop genre. You can't beat Lethal Weapon, but these are some pretty funny films, and I like the 2 actors. Again, Ice Cube, I just realised that. The Ride Along movies, number 1 and 2. I prefer these over the Jump Street films. Yeah, I love the Jump Street films, but I just enjoyed these more. So yeah, this is a nice little 2-pack that comes with the 2 movies. So you got the first one, and you got the second one. I love Ice Cube. I don't know if I've mentioned that. And I love Kevin Hart. I really enjoy his stand-up, and his movies are pretty good. Get Hard was a bit standard and basic, or average, I meant to say. But Central Intelligence was good, and these were really good. So I've not seen Jumanji yet. I do plan to get it, so you'll see that in a future update. But yeah, the Ride Along movies, funny ass movies. I love when he's playing Xbox and he's got his gamer tag. I can't remember. Is he Warhammer? Is he called? And then they make like sex jokes or something. You can actually see him in the back as well playing Xbox. Yeah, funny ass movies. Really love these films. Yeah, check them out. They're really good. Really good. Next up, DiCaprio. He finally won his Oscar. This is a nice steelbook release. The Revenant. I've heard the 4K is like one of the best. I still don't have it yet. I haven't seen it in 4K yet. It's a good movie though, and you know the Blu-ray looks great. I've seen screenshots and it's not completely different, like some releases are. But I love the Revenant. You know, I loved the whole opening scene. You know, when the natives are attacking them. I would have loved to have seen a full movie focused on that, and then this story. You know, maybe a 2-parter, but we can't always get what we want. Great movie though, Tom Hardy. They both do an amazing job. He deservingly won his Oscar. I still think Wolf of Wall Street, he should have won his Oscar, but probably because of the nature of the film, they probably never gave him it. But he finally got one, so that's the main thing. And The Revenant's awesome. It's a great movie. Yeah, beautiful to look at. Next up, Masters of Cinema, number 68. So you'll already know if you're a fanatic of Masters of Cinemas. We got Howard Hawks' Red River with John Wayne, favourite actor. Great movie. Criterion did a release in America. I hope they do a release over here I kind of doubt it though. Yeah, great. I had it on DVD for many years, and then I finally upgraded. I was really annoyed though because they cancelled the Steelbook release, so I was always hoping they would maybe re-release that, but they never. They cancelled it. I don't know why, but they did. I can't remember if I had it on pre-order. I might have, or I might not have. I can't remember, but I was certainly going to be getting it. But yeah, they cancelled it. But yeah, so glad to have it. It comes with quite a thick book actually, one of the thickest ones that I've seen, and tons of special features as well. Beautiful as well, black and white, looks great. A longer movie. It's it's a traveling kind of movie. They're taking cattle to Missouri, and I love how John Wayne's he turns kind of into the villain in this movie a little bit. I love that. What was there was a movie, and I said it in my previous collection video. I was like, oh, he turned into the villain. I can't remember, but there was an art film recently where he was a good guy and then he turned into the villain. Yeah, it's gone. But yeah, Red River, love it. It's got the old guy from Rio Bravo in it. Next up, another Disney movie. We have probably my favourite Pixar film, Ratatouille. Yeah, I love this. I love the idea of a rat controlling him. That was just so weird, and yeah, it's just I love the characters. I loved the owner or the head chef. He was pretty good, always mad. She was super bossy and strict at him, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I loved the whole Paris theme. It looked really, really nice, and yeah, my favourite one. I don't know why, but it is. I've watched it the most times, and it's got a really nice slipcover as well. But yeah, I don't have the 3D release. It's just too expensive. I'll pick up one of these days, but yeah, I love Ratatouille. Great movie. Just makes you want to eat food, even though it's animated. Speaking of Rio Bravo, this is the German steelbook. I'm pretty sure you can still get this quite cheap from there. I believe France also have the same steelbook. I was so glad that this got a steelbook, even though it's not a UK release. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it's a UK disc anyway, if I'm not mistaken. But a great looking steelbook, very, very nice. I never got it when it first came out, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because like 2 months later it dropped down to like €10, so I got it really cheap. Gorgeous looking Blu-ray. The transfer is fantastic, and it's a classic movie. It's arguably my favourite John Wayne film. I said that again in a previous video when I was talking about Hondo. It's awesome. Ricky Nelson, Dean Martin, John Wayne, just the perfect trio of actors performing together. I love it. I love it. It's a great, great Sunday afternoon film. It's always on TV. TCM love to show that as much as possible. That and Rio Lobo. Next up, got my Robin Hood section. Although Adventures of Robin Hood, where Errol Flynn is in the A's, I really need to move that to here. But first off, we've got the TV series Robin Hood from BBC. This was the first ever show that I actually fully got into and watched every single week growing up. This came out in 2007, so I would have been 8 years old when this came out. But I loved it. I watched it every week with my dad, and we did that until the series ended at season 3. Season 2 and 3 never got released on Blu-ray, unfortunately, but this one did. But it is 1080i, it's not 1080p, so it's quite an old Blu-ray. I don't think they would ever re-release this, so you're kind of stuck with it. Germany do have the Blu-rays for every season, however they're in volumes, so it's quite expensive to kind of collect them all. There may be a complete series now from Germany, but when I last looked it was volumes. It's too much money. It was like €20 per volume, so it was going to come over £100. So I have the DVDs, so, but yeah, I got the Blu-ray because it was dirt cheap. It's a nice digipack as well, so yeah, Robin Hood's a great movie. It had Thorin Oakenshield from The Hobbit, he was in this. So I knew him way before The Hobbit. You know, most people hadn't seen him before, but I knew him from this. Yeah, and she was probably my first crush. What's her name? It's Lucy someone, I'm sure. Where is she? Keep on Sam Gordon. Yeah, Lucy Griffiths. She was probably my first crush on TV. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Then we got the Ridley Scott adaptation of Robin Hood. This is a nice steelbook from, I believe, Play.com. Comes with a nice script inside. I enjoy it. I saw it in cinemas, again, when I was younger. And I loved it. I thought it was great. It was a very different story than what we're used to. I had no issues with it. His accent was sometimes a bit iffy, but other than that, I really enjoyed the film. I enjoyed all the characters. Cate Blanchett was good in the movie. So yeah, I had no issues with it, and it's a nice looking steelbook. A long movie as well. The extended cut is long, but it's Ridley Scott. What are you expecting? Next up, classic 80s film, I believe. Oh yeah, late 80s, 87. RoboCop. Unfortunately, this is the old Blu-ray release. It's not the director's cut remastered edition. I'll pick it up when I next go to watch this movie. I haven't seen this in a couple of years. I need to rewatch it, but I saw it quite a lot on DVD, and yeah, I've seen it once on Blu-ray. But great movie. I've never seen the sequels. I was never too interested in seeing them. It was really just the original. And it's great. You know, it's violent. It's awesome. Seeing them without the kind of helmet and things was very weird when I was younger. But it's awesome. It's great. Everyone has seen it. If you don't, please go and check it out. It's a great movie. Another kids movie, but this is not Disney. I believe this is Fox. We got Robots, done by Blue Sky. Great. I love this, and I really wish, and I think a lot of people would say the same, I really want a 3D release, because it would look awesome. Great movie, you know, everyone's robots and they all want to be inventors, and they go to the big city to try and get their break, and things end up happening. There's a big conspiracy. Yeah, it's great. It's really great. It's much better than the Ice Age movies, because it's the same company, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I love Robots, and I had it on DVD, but I saw it really cheap, so I picked it up on Blu-ray. Great movie, great movie. I still watch it to this day, so it's awesome. Classic movie with Richard Attenborough, Steve McQueen, Robert Wise movie, The Sand Pebbles. I finally had it on Blu-ray. It took me ages to finally crack down and pick it up. Great movie. I keep saying it, I keep repeating myself, but you know, these are all great, in my opinion. Yeah, Steve McQueen, can't go wrong. I'm trying to think of a movie I didn't like with Steve McQueen in it. There's still tons of films I want to get from him on Blu-ray. Thomas Crown Affair, Cincinnati Kid, The Getaway, still haven't got that. I haven't got Bullet, I've got it on DVD. So there's still quite a lot, but again, you know, a lot of them aren't in the UK, so but yeah, Sand Pebbles, great. Good extras package as well in there, and a great looking transfer. So yeah, if you're a Steve McQueen fan, pick it up, it's awesome. Next up, again, haven't seen this, so I won't talk about it. Safe House, picked it up a couple Boxing Days ago, a couple years ago. It was like $2.99 in HMV. I haven't seen it yet, but it's got Ryan Reynolds and Denzel, so yeah, haven't seen it yet. Same as this one, haven't seen it. I got it in the pound shop. Saints and Soldiers, The Void. I have the first one. I should have really brought it, but it's in a box set, so I'll show you that later. But yeah, haven't seen it yet, so I can't talk about it. Next up, Angelina Jolie. This is the extended edition. I think there's like 3 cuts of this, I think, yeah. Yeah, there is. Salt. Very average, very average. Nothing special. I've seen it once. It was okay. Yeah. I kind of liked the backstory of how she grew up. I kind of thought that was quite interesting. But other than that, it was just an average action flick to watch when you're bored. Yeah, there is 3 cuts. You've got the theatrical release and then 2 extended cuts. So, yeah, it's worth a watch. Maybe it's not worth owning, but it's worth a watch. Next up, Oliver Stone. I didn't like this the first time I saw it, and then I rewatched it and I loved it. So I'm so glad I rewatched it. It is Savages, directed by Oliver Stone, with Benicio del Toro, Blake Lively, was it Salma Hayek? Yeah, Aaron Johnson. Great movie. Violent, brutal, but it's great. A long movie if you watch the extended cut, which you should. But yeah, it's awesome. It's a great story. These two are best friends, and they're producing drugs and selling it, and they end up getting into a deal with the wrong people, and they take her as a hostage to kind of lever them into accepting the deal. And yeah, it's awesome. I'm pretty sure it's the cartel, the Mexican cartel. I think it is. So good, so good. Got a nice slipcover as well. Yeah, awesome film, awesome film. I hope there's a steelbook release of that someday, because a lot of the artwork for that, like like cartoonish kind of poster art, was awesome for that. So I would love to see a steelbook with that. Talking of a steelbook, this is a steelbook. Saving Private Ryan, yes, the classic. Everyone has seen this. Great. As I said, when I was talking about Platoon, it's arguably my favourite, although I go between this and Platoon. It's awesome, you know, and Band of Brothers, as I said when I was talking about that, it's a great follow-up to this, sort of, you know, it's the same people. It's not related, but yeah, so good, so good. The opening scene, of course, is why it's most famous, but even the end battle is great. It's really well done, and must have been complicated to film, but yeah, great looking steelbook as well. It's kind of like an ammo box. This was the Play.com one that came out years ago. But yeah, Saving Private Ryan, awesome. I love my war movies. On to the second stack. We're getting there. Again, I haven't seen it yet. Stand Up Guys, Al Pacino, I think. Yeah, Pacino, Christopher Walken. Yeah, it looks decent. Haven't seen it. Oh, one of my favourites. Sand and Sandal movies. I've got 2 editions of this. Spartacus. I don't have the J card for this one. It's in somewhere. But yeah, Spartacus with Kirk Douglas. A Stanley Kubrick film, which people don't know really. Yeah, epic production movie. To me, it's up there with Ben-Hur, Cleopatra, Fall of the Roman Empire, those sort of movies. This is right up there as one of my favourites. Such a big, epic film. Really well done. Kirk Douglas plays Spartacus perfectly. He is still my favourite Spartacus, although A Certain Someone, which I'll show next, is quite good. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I watch it every year for sure. And yeah, this is the old Blu-ray release. It's a digibook. Got the disc, and then you've got loads of pages of text and writing. Same thing, text and pictures. But yeah, it's a nice release. I got this. This came out in like 2012, so I picked it up. But there were some issues with the picture, and so they had to redo it, and Zavi did a steelbook for it, so I picked it up. This is the 4K restoration. Amazing job. You know, this is what it should have looked like in 2012. It looks fantastic, beautiful looking. Yeah, very well done. There were some bonus extras added to this release. so you did kind of get a bonus couple features instead of just the transfer. So it is worth picking up for that as well. There's a good documentary about the actual restoration of the film. They took a whole department to do the film right this time. So yeah, great, love it. I watch it every year. And then 40, 50 years later, they reincarnated the series and they did the television series, the television program. Awesome. This is a complete series. I'm sure many guys have seen this, many of you guys. So we've got Blood and Sand, which is the first season. Gods of the Arena, which was the prequel season they did. Then they did the official second season called Vengeance. And War of the Damned, the final season. Of course, most people know the actor died during or just after the first season was finished. Very, very sad. You know, he was amazing playing Spartacus. You know, if the Kirk Douglas one never existed, you would never think anyone could replace him. He did a great job, and what's his name? He did the Mummy films. He played Jonathan. John Hannah. One of my favourite performances on screen. I think he is such a bloody good actor in this show. There's a quick Snapchat of them there. Snapshot, not Snapchat. You know, in the Mummy films, he's such a comedic character, but in this show, you know, you don't fuck with him or else you end up dead. He's such a mean character in this. It's like J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. You don't mess with him. Yeah, incredible performance. And again, I don't know her name. Is it Lucy Lawless, possibly? His wife in the show. She's now in the Ash vs Evil Dead show, which is pretty cool to see her in. Because this is a Starz TV show, and that's the people that are doing Ash. So you know, there's some similarities to it. But yeah, Spartacus is awesome. Season 1 was incredible. Like, a standalone season is definitely one of my favourites. And then they did the prequel series. I'm pretty sure they did this while he was too ill to film. So they thought, well, while you're getting better, we'll do the prequel season. And then, of course, you know, we found out that he didn't make it, and yeah, they continued on with the story. But the prequel season, even though Spartacus isn't in it, it's fantastic. And again, John Hannah does a great job in this. And then they did the two seasons to finish it off, and it's still a good show. It's worth finishing, but you can't replace the person who did the first season. So yeah, great show. Check it out, especially if you like the original movie. So yeah, Spartacus. Spoke about that for a while, didn't we? Next up, classic Al Pacino, probably his best role, Scarface. I know the cool thing now is to kind of diss the film, but I still enjoy it. I still watch it, so I'm not going to diss it. I love this. This is a nice little set. It's got a nice slip cover, and it's a 3-disc set. They really took their time doing this. First film, or the first disc, is the film and bonus features. Disc 2 is the DVD, and then disc 3 is a digital copy. So now that I think of it, it's not that great. I love Scarface. It's amazing. It's long, but it's really good. You know, he's kind of a madman in this. It's awesome, and I've yet to watch the Blu-ray. I've had the DVD for years, but there's like an F track on here as a special feature. It goes along with the movie, and I don't think it's every swear word. I think it's every F word. You know, every time he says the word, the counter goes up. So by the time you get to watch the whole movie, it gives you a final total. So I'd love to see that on Wolf of Wall Street. You know, for every swear word, that would be a fun thing to watch. But yeah, Scarface, awesome. Yeah, these I can go through as well. Growing up, I watched The Scorpion King quite a lot. It was always on ITV2. most bank holiday weekends on ITV2. And I always used to watch it. It was actually on TV a week ago. I love it. I love it. You know, I love the look of The Rock. You know, his long hair and he's got, you know, massive muscles and stuff, along with the other guy as well. He just looked like a total badass, and great movie. You know, it's basic, but it's great. You know, and it kind of, it's not related to the Mummy films, but it kind of is, because obviously he's the Scorpion King in the Mummy films. So yeah, I love the first one. The first one's great. Then they did the second one, which I've seen on DVD. This is actually still sealed. I haven't opened it. It was okay. I got it for a couple £2 off of Amazon when I got the first one. I remember bits of it. I wasn't overly impressed, but it was decent. And then they did the third one, which has Dave Bautista and Ron Perlman in it. Haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But yeah, and I think there's even a fourth one. Why do they keep continuing them? Honestly, I mean, did Scorpion King 3 really sell that well? I don't know. Next up, it's a crime. I have the fourth film, but I don't have any of the other three. Yeah, Scream 4. I don't have the rest. I will get them. I enjoy them way more than this. But yeah, I got this for like 99p one time, so I thought it was a worthwhile purchase. I like the Scream films. I've never checked out the TV show that Netflix did. My sister did and said it was pretty good, so I might watch it sometime, maybe October. But Scream's awesome. Scream's good. Everyone's seen it. Everyone loves it. Although the fourth one, people don't. Yeah. Some stupid things in there. You know, the car park scene, I just thought, well, you're an idiot. It's movies, anyway. John Wayne, The Searchers. Again, one of my favourites from him. I know I say that about every film of his, but yeah, this truly is in my top 5. And again, you know, in some ways he turns the villain eventually in this film. And if you haven't seen it, you must go and watch it. Martin Scorsese rates this film quite highly, so if that gives you motivation to go and watch it, then go ahead. But yeah, it's fantastic. And the transfer is just incredible. They did a great job restoring this for Blu-ray. It looks like new. It looks fantastic. The valley that he used, I can't remember the name of it, but it looks fantastic on Blu-ray. So yeah, and Martin Scorsese actually talks on the disc about the movie. There's a special feature where he talks about John Ford and all of the westerns that he did. Another western. Haven't seen this one yet. Pierce Brosnan, Liam Neeson, Seraphim Falls, the Zavi Steelbook. Haven't seen it yet, so can't really comment on it, but it looks decent. One of my all-time favourites. Yeah. Would you call this a horror movie, or is it more of a thriller? It's more of a thriller, but yeah. Seven, David Fincher, masterpiece. I swear, you know, every film he does is great. I love it, you know, and I always go between this and Zodiac as being my favourite. Every time I watch Seven, I say this is my favourite. Every time I watch Zodiac, I say that's my favourite. I don't really ever fully decide, but it's awesome. Nice slipcover as well. I believe that was a HMV slipcover, and then you got the regular release inside. Yeah, nothing special inside, but Lethal Weapon, I talked about it in my last update, or my last collection series. But yeah, yeah, phenomenal. Everyone has seen it. Yeah, 7. I don't need to talk about it. Another John Wayne film. This is the US release. I finally got it. Again, I think it was in my last update. She wore a yellow ribbon. I had the DVD for this for many years. We're talking 10 plus years, and the quality on it was just bad. You know, it was watchable but bad. So I'm glad they took the time to clean it up and give it a Blu-ray release. And it looks great. Sometimes it looks that good that the backgrounds are blatantly fake. I remember there's a graveyard scene, or there's one or two scenes where he's in a graveyard and the backdrop's fake, and because it looks so clean, it just adds to the fakeness. But it's amazing, and when you do see the country, you know, the real scenes, it's beautiful. So finally glad to have it on Blu-ray, and yeah, I won at an auction really cheap on eBay. I looked at it today actually on Amazon, it was like $20. So yeah, I paid half that. So yeah, Chevalier Ribbon, check it out, part of the archive collection. Next up, Robert Downey Jr., Jude Law. Is it Jude Law? Yeah, Jude Law, I was right. The Sherlock Holmes 2-pack, the most recent entry into the series of films. Pretty good, pretty good. I haven't seen the second one in a while, but I've seen the first one a few times. I think the second one's on TV tonight actually. Yeah, really good films. I enjoy these. I like the style of the filming. You know, the first one has slow motion effects, and they're really fun movies. I think he's perfect as Sherlock. I've yet to see the TV show. I don't even know if I'll watch it, to be honest with you. I'm not that big of a Holmes fan. I haven't really seen many of the original movies, so maybe I'd rather watch those instead of the show. Maybe. Next up, people hated this. People hated this movie, and other people loved it, and I was on the love side of it. Sausage Party. Definitely not a kids movie. Yeah, it's great. It's so funny. It's so funny. If this is your type of humor, you'll love it. But if it's not your humor, you'll hate it. You know, people don't like it, but it's right up my alley. I love the humor. Just the whole, you know, hot dog and bun situation. It's just hilarious to me. And an amazing cast. You know, voiceovers. You've got Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd, Jonah Hill, Nick Nolte, James Franco, Danny McBride, Hulk. What's his name? Edward Norton. I think yeah, Edward Norton's in this, and I think Mark Ruffalo's in this as well. Yeah, funny ass movie. Love the slipcover because it kind of adds to the funny side of it. Yeah. But yeah, awesome. Love the movie. If you have yet to see it, please check it out. It's a funny ass movie. It really is. That whole end scene just blew my mind when I saw it. Next up, I did a reaction video to this series not too long ago. You can check it out. Although I got copyrighted, so people in the US cannot watch it. I think only people in Britain can watch it for some reason. I don't know. Sicario, Steelbook from Zavi? Oh no, this wasn't an exclusive, I don't think. I think I got this on Amazon. Great steelbook though, and one of my favourite films of the last 10 years, by far. I truly love this movie. So original, great performances, the locations were beautiful looking, the cinematography was great, you know, with the lighting and things. The shots they used, it was just such a beautiful film. And yeah, I cannot wait for the second one. Cannot wait. I can't wait. It looks awesome. Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin do amazing together in movies. Haven't seen it, can't comment on it. Silver Linings Playbook. I know a lot of people like this, so I will watch it. I just haven't watched it yet, but I love Bradley Cooper, so I'll watch it. Next up, another David Fincher. What time are we on? 40 minutes. Social Network. Creation of Facebook. Pretty good. I was aware of this story before seeing the movie. Not in depth though, so I still learned things, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. The one role that I really did like Jesse Eisenberg in, I'm not the biggest fan of him, and I think most people aren't. But it was good. Justin Timberlake was good in it, and yeah, it was a good film. David Fincher did a really good job. It's a 2-disc set. You got a cool slipcover. Not the Digipack release. I missed out on that, but I got this for like £3, so that was awesome. So yeah, Social Network. We're getting there. Southpaw I have not seen. I know. Don't Don't bully me. I will watch it in the next couple of weeks. Got it in the pen shop. I'll go through these quickly. The Spider-Man films, number 1 and 2. I don't have number 3 yet. I will get it at one point. These are so dated in my opinion. You know, they really haven't dated well. I watch bits on TV and I just laugh. The first one I'll watch, but yeah, I don't know. I grew up with them, but I just can't make myself watch them anymore. Last stack, 2 of these. Well, a lot of the stack is 2 franchises, so, and you'll probably know what it is. So we'll go through them really quickly, because you'll know what it is. Dun da da da, Star Trek. Yes, I'll let you can see the tripod in the reflection. Star Trek box set. This is the Next Generation movies, with a cool lenticular. I enjoy these movies. I do. I enjoy all 4 of them. You know, they get increasingly bad. Well, some people say. To me, I enjoy them all. I watch them all. I usually, you know, watch 2 of them a day and do it over 2 days. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And it's a nice little set. Comes with the info in the back, and then you got the lenticular. Oh, there you go. You get the lenticular, and then you get all the individual ones. I'm not going to pull it out, you know these films. You either have them or you don't. Yeah, Next Generation movies. Then we've got the 09 Star Trek. I have the full trilogy on 4K now and they look beautiful. But I'm keeping the first one because it has extras, whereas the 4Ks don't have extras. Into Darkness does, because it was only 1 disc of extras, whereas this has a full bonus disc. So yeah. Nice artwork as well on the variant. But yeah, great movie. Then they did Into Darkness with Khan. I enjoyed him as Khan, Benedict Cumberbatch. I did enjoy him as Khan, and I enjoyed the story. But my least favourite out of the 3, but I still love it. This is the Steelbook release. I believe it was an Entertainment Store exclusive. I do have the 3D for that as well, so you'll see that later on. Then we've got the Next Generation, Season 1. I haven't bought the rest, mainly because when I watch this, I often get quite bored after like 3 episodes. So that's why I only have Season 1. But yeah, nice slipcover. And it looks beautiful. You know, they really did a great job cleaning it up. So it's worth owning in the collection if you like the show. And then I got the Next Level, the teaser disc. I got this in the pound shop. And it was 3 episodes, so a 3-hour movie, if you could say. So I got that one too. And then I did get the Best of Both Worlds disc that came out. I had this before the season set, so but yeah, good. Actually pretty good. I liked it. It's kind of a movie, if you could say. They combined 2 episodes into kind of 1 big feature. Great movie, great steelbook, or not great movie, but yeah, nice slipcover. And then it actually, without breaking it, it actually opens up into a nice picture. So pretty cool, and obviously you've got the movie underneath. So a nice little set they did. I'm sure most Trek fans have this, or they have the season set. But yeah, Into Darkness. Next Generation. I am a bigger fan of this. Star Wars, yeah, I'm more of a Star Wars fan, but I love the modern Star Trek movies. Yeah, Star Wars. I enjoy the prequels. You know, I'm not going to get into the whole thing because I've heard enough about Star Wars in recent weeks. But yeah, I love the prequels. Don't hate me. I just do. I like them. I don't love them, but I like them. Number 2 is my favourite. I just had the most fun with it. But of course the originals is really what Star Wars is all about. And yeah, again, unpopular opinion, but Return of the Jedi is my favourite. So deal with it. But yeah, the complete saga, obviously not complete, but yeah. I'm surprised they haven't brought out a new box set every single year with the new release. And yeah, I pre-ordered The Last Jedi, and I was on the live chat to them, and it turns out the 4K steelbooks were delayed on them receiving them, so thereby we are going to be late on getting them. They said that you probably won't get it by release date, so who knows when I'll be getting that. Then we got the original trilogy again, but steelbook form. I got this as a gift before I had the complete saga, so that's why I still have that. Pretty nice though. Then of course we've got the Force Awakens steelbook. I don't have the 3D yet, surprisingly. I've seen the movie so many times, I'm kind of just... yeah, I'll have to wait a while before I watch it. But yeah, very nice, great steelbook. And yeah, I love the movie. I did see the 3D in cinema though, so I have seen the 3D. And then we have 2 seasons of the TV show. Clone Wars, absolutely love it. I watched it growing up and I still watch it to this day. There's some great storylines, some great episodes, some great action, and I love all the characters that are in here. Of course the animated characters. So yeah, great show. I'm tempted just to buy the whole set and just marathon it. So yeah, love Clone Wars. Okay, some guilty pleasures. Not as bad as Twilight, I don't own them, but yeah. Step Up 2, The Streets, and Step Up 3. I do not own number 4 or 5. I just picked this up on 3D because the 3D is incredible. But number 2, I absolutely love, and I'm not going to be shameful in saying that. I love it. The music is fantastic. It's early 2000s R&B and hip hop. It's fantastic. Again, I had a big crush on her when this came out. Yeah, I'm not going to lie and say I don't like it because I love it and it's in the collection. And then number 3, again, she was very nice. Different actor or actress. I believe she came back, or no, I think she came back and she did number 5. So I might pick that up. But yeah, number 3. I have it in 3D, so you'll hear my thoughts. Last couple, Straight Outta Compton. The 4K came out, so I'll be getting that pretty soon. But great looking steelbook, very nice looking. And I love it, It's one of my favourite films of the last 10 years also. I thought they did such a great job showing what happened and how they formed and what happened with their careers and things like that. Great, love it. If you have not seen this, please check it out. Fair enough, if you don't like the music, fair enough, but if you want a really good biopic, this is a good one to go for. Classic movie from 1951, Streetcar Named Desire. I actually did this as part of my higher education level of English qualification. So I know this film pretty well. We were actually reading, or we were doing the screenplay for the play. But of course we watched the movie as we were going along, and I love the movie, it's awesome, Marlon Brando. And then, who is it? I don't know. The actress, I believe that's the sister of the woman who was in Psycho. I could be talking rubbish, but I'm sure it is. I'm sure her sister's in Psycho. But anyway, premium collection, great set. Yeah, it comes with like art cards and booklet and things like that. Yeah, looks beautiful on Blu-ray 1080p. Superbad, a great comedy from the early 2000s. Jonah Hill looking totally different. Obviously he's a lot younger. Great comedy. I don't need to say anything. Everyone has it or seen it. Again, was in my last update, Superman Returns. I enjoy this movie, don't laugh. Yes, it's got moments that have kind of, yeah, that wasn't great, but yeah, it's moments where it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, obviously I would have liked to have seen Bryan Singer do X-Men 3, but he came and did this. So, yeah, maybe that's why everyone hates it. And the last movie, Sword in the Stone, another Disney movie. Yeah, haven't seen this in many years. I don't even think I've watched the Blu-ray, but I have seen it, and it's good. I liked the story. Also, you know, sword fighting and knights is right up my street, so I really enjoy the film, so glad to have it. And there you go guys, that is the Q's, R's and S's of the collection. Of course I'll be doing the next couple of videos and uploading them very shortly. Any films here that you want to leave a comment about, please definitely do. I am filming these all in advance before uploading, so I don't know how well the other videos have done. If you've not seen any of the other videos, I'll leave a link in the description to the previous parts, or you can go on my channel, there'll be a playlist, and yeah, definitely leave a like on those as well. So yeah, check me out on Instagram and Twitter, links is down in the description also, and until the next collection series, stay awesome and peace.